Okay, so we are back with some of your comic making questions, and remember guys, there is still time to ask your questions. Stick them in the comments section, because remember, this channel is for you. It's not for me, because I know how to make comics. But a gamer drawer asks, Matt, love your videos, man. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. As a writer, it's hard to know how much or how fast I should be working. I find that I'm always asking myself, is this enough writing for the day, or am I writing at a good pace to where if I was writing professionally for a company, I'd be ahead or behind of what I need to be doing? Any advice on work speed or efficiency? Dude, the fact that you are writing puts you ahead of 90% of the people that are out there, because the amount of people that say, do you know what, I'm going to sit down and write a comic and never actually get round to doing it is heartbreaking. Okay, so the fact that you are taking time out of your day, not being paid for it, and actually sitting down and actually writing comics, dude, if you were here, I'd high five you right now. Okay, you don't need to hold yourself to other people's standards when it comes to making content and putting, you know, your comics out there. Okay, to me personally, it does not matter if you're writing one panel a day or writing a page a day or writing a whole comic a day. The fact that you're that disciplined enough to sit at your desk or wherever and take time out of your day to sit and write a script, you're on the right track, okay, buddy? So just keep going, and what you'll find is the more you do it, the faster you will get. Now, me, for example, if you've watched the channel, which I know you do, you'll know that I plot my comics very, very heavily. You know, I do the bullet points, that kind of thing. So when I sit down to write, I know I've got an hour in my window that I need to sit and write. So I need to sit there and I need to crank out those pages as fast as I can. But because I've plotted it, I write very, very fast. Okay, so you don't need to worry about speed. You just need to worry about making comics, okay? And the fact that you're doing it means you're doing it right, okay? So hopefully that helps. So just keep writing. Okay, so my buddy Stephen Ward from over on Twitter. Stephen, thank you so much for your love and support through the years, buddy. You have sat down and you have asked me, Matt, do you ever get hit with a creative wall or writer's block? If so, how do you get past it? Also, some tips on working with creators. Dude, thank you so much for the questions. With regards to writer's block and that creative wall, you're going to hate me for saying it. Never experienced it, and that's probably because when I first started out on my comic making journey, I wrote every day. I got myself into that discipline where, you know, I made time to sit down and write every day, whether I was in the mood or not. I sat and wrote. So what it means now is now I have less time to write because of, you know, work commitments, family commitments, that kind of thing. When I do have an hour to spend or half an hour to spend, I know that I need to make that time count. So I'm laser focused on what I need to do. And the fact that when I write my comics, I plot them before I write them. Even if it's just bullet points, I know, do you know what, I can write 2 pages tonight, I can write 3 pages tonight, and that's how I work. So that's how I kind of get past that writer's block and that writer's, you know, that creative wall. Also, I have the luxury of writing, you know, quite a few different types of comics. So if I'm not in the mood to write one, I know I've got another 3 or 4 scripts that I need to get done, so I can work on them instead. So I have that luxury of, like, if I'm not in the mood to write that, I can write that instead. So that kind of helps me. So if someone is suffering from writer's block, you know, if that script you're looking at is just not happening, you're standing there, you know, sitting there looking at a blank screen, go and write something you want to write, something that's in your head now that's going to excite you. And what you'll find is that will make you want to write the other thing that you need to write once you've got those creative juices flowing, okay? And as for tips with working with collaborators, I think there's certain things that you need to look for with regards to finding the right collaborator on your comic. And one, you need to find people that, you know, you trust. So me personally, I like to work with collaborators that I know, people that I know either from online or face to face, that are going to be open and honest, and they know that the communication channels are there because it's a collaborative medium. I have a lot of collaborators that I work with that will throw ideas at me and I will throw ideas back at them, and they'll go, Matt, what do you think if I do this? Or, you know, can we do that? And sometimes I may have to shoot them down in flames, but it's how you do it. And I think if you're listening to your collaborator and they know that you've listened to your ideas and they've taken them on board and been honest and open, said, look, do you know what, I love the idea, but I don't think it works on this occasion, but maybe I can try and fit that into other issues. I think that really does help because, again, because it's a collaboration, it's the coming together of, you know, 2 or 3 minds. So it's finding that happy balance of, you know, dude, we're working together, we want to put out the best comic, and I think that does show when it works best. And I know from example, some of the collaborators that I work with are just absolute awesome people, and we have so much fun making comics, because at the end of the day it needs to be a fun process, because if it becomes a grind and it becomes hard work, why on earth would you want to continue making comics? Okay, so find collaborators that you know, find collaborators that you trust and are talented, work together, be open with the communication, and just put out some great comics. So hopefully that helps. I will see you in the next video, and I'll be answering some more of your questions. Take care. Bye.